Hello fans! Welcome back to General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive into the thrilling updates for Tuesday, July 15th, where tensions rise in Port Charles with secrets unraveling, unexpected alliances forming, and a dash of canine mischief lightening the mood amid the drama. In the heart of Carly Spencer's bustling kitchen, a family powwow unfolds as she gathers with her son Michael Corinthos and the ever-intense Sonny Corinthos to unpack some truly unsettling developments. Michael, with a furrowed brow and a voice laced with urgency, recounts the bizarre occurrences surrounding young Daisy Gilmore, painting a picture of escalating paranoia that's gripped Sasha Gilmore Corbin. Sasha, once vibrant and self-assured, now whispers fears of being manipulated through gaslighting tactics or even stalked by an unseen force aiming to demonstrate just how vulnerable Daisy truly is. To add depth to this nightmare, Michael reveals that these incidents have included mysterious notes left in unexpected places and shadowy figures spotted near their home, heightening the sense of invasion. Recognizing the grave risks to their safety, especially in a town like Port Charles, rife with vendettas and hidden agendas, Michelle has reluctantly turned to the reliable Jason Morgan for help. Jason, with his trademark stoic resolve and a history of protecting the Corinthos clan, agrees to whisk Daisy and Sasha to a secluded safe house far from the city's prying eyes. Perhaps nestled in the quiet hills outside town, complete with state-of-the-art security measures like hidden cameras and emergency escape routes. As Carly absorbs these details, her sharp intuition kicks in, leading her to suspect that Sonny's turbulent past and current enemies might be the root cause of Daisy's targeting. A theory Michael hasn't dismissed, given the family's long list of rivals. This realization sends shivers down Carly's spine, stirring a mix of anger and fear. She's seen too many loved ones endangered by Sonny's world. Yet, beneath her tough exterior, Carly's maternal heart aches profoundly at the thought of Michael being torn from his precious daughter. Imagining the empty playroom and missed bedtime stories that will follow, a poignant reminder of how Port Charles chaos often fractures families in ways that linger long after the threats subside. Shifting focus to the shadowy undercurrents of blame and justification, GH enthusiasts are well aware that Willow Tate harbors the true responsibility for the turmoil engulfing Daisy. Her actions driven by a simmering resentment that's boiled over into something far more calculated. Willow, convinced that her choices are not only defensible but necessary, views Michael's perceived betrayal as his unwavering loyalty to Sonny over their shared life. He's the catalyst that pushed her to these extremes. In a moment of raw vulnerability, she'll unleash a heated rant during an intimate chat with the perceptive Isaiah Gannon, perhaps over coffee at a quiet cafe overlooking the harbor, where she details how Michael's decisions have eroded her trust and forced her hand in ways she never imagined. Isaiah, with his keen observational skills honed from years in high-stakes environments, might pick up on the cryptic undertones in her words, prompting him to probe gently about the specifics of what she's been driven to do. This could catch Willow off guard, leading her to hastily backpedal with a fabricated story made claiming it's all about emotional boundaries or a simple argument blown out of proportion while deploying her charm to deflect suspicion. Inventing a new layer here, perhaps Willow even weaves in a fictional anecdote about a past therapy session to make her cover more convincing, all while inwardly panicking that her scheme could crumble if Isaiah connects the dots to the Daisy incidents, adding an extra thrill of potential exposure to her already precarious game. Meanwhile, protective instincts flare up in another corner of Port Charles as Lulu Spencer issues a stern warning to Jason Morgan, drawing a firm line in the sand regarding any discussions about the late Britt Westburn, especially when it involves her son Rocco Falconeri. Lulu, ever the vigilant mother navigating the complexities of co-parenting with Dante Falconeri, emphasizes that dredging up painful memories of Britt could unsettle Rocco, who's still processing his family's tangled history. To complicate matters further, Rocco's impulsive decision to send an email to the formidable Liesl Obrecht introduces a fresh wave of challenges. Imagine the boy's innocent curiosity leading him to inquire about family lore or even seek advice on dealing with loss, and aware of the emotional minefield he's stepping into. This outreach could spark heated debates between Lulu and Dante, perhaps involving late-night strategy sessions at home where they weigh the pros and cons of monitoring Rocco's online activities or even reaching out to Liesl themselves to set boundaries, all while fearing it might reopen old wounds from Britt's era of schemes and heartaches. On the legal and emotional front lines, Alexis Davis steps up as a fierce advocate for Sonny Corinthos in a tense exchange with Marco Rios, passionately arguing his innocence in the tragic demise of Natalia Ramirez. Alexis, drawing on her journalistic background and sharp legal acumen, might present evidence like timeline discrepancies or witness accounts that point away from Sonny, framing the narrative as a tragic accident rather than foul play. As the memorial service for Natalia commences in a somber chapel adorned with white lilies and flickering candles, undercurrents of hostility bubble to the surface, creating an atmosphere thick with unspoken accusations. Marco, fueled by grief and a desire for justice, remains steadfast in his alliance with the enigmatic Jen Sidwell, vowing to pursue retribution that could involve undercover investigations or even public confrontations. Adding an inventive twist, perhaps Marco shares a personal memento from Natalia during the service, a cherished locket symbolizing his unyielding commitment to uncovering the truth. Lucy Coe, attending alongside Sidwell, listens intently as he muses on the myriad uncertainties surrounding the event, his words laced with subtle insinuations about Sonny's potential involvement in Natalia's fatal overdose, perhaps speculating on motives tied to business rivalries or hidden affairs that add layers of intrigue to the unfolding mystery. In the confines of Jack Brennan's sleek office, a high-stakes strategy session ensues with Vaughn and the determined Jocelyn Jacks, where Brennan delivers a no-nonsense lecture on the unwavering commitment required for their covert WSB assignment. Brennan, with his authoritative presence and a map of global hotspots pinned to the wall, outlines the perils ahead, ranging from encrypted data breaches to field operations in disguise, emphasizing that any hesitation could jeopardize the entire mission. Perhaps drawing parallels to past WSB successes like dismantling international syndicates. At her residence, Anna Devane takes proactive steps by placing a discreet phone call to request a thorough background check on the mysterious Vaughn, her instincts screaming that his polished facade hides deeper secrets, maybe ties to shadowy organizations or fabricated identities from his past. The tension breaks with a humorous interruption as Felicia Scorpio arrives at the door, only for Anna to spot a pint-sized thief in action, her mischievous dog Outback dashing off with one of her prized high heels, perhaps leaving a trail of chewed leather and playful barks that echo through the hallway. Chuckling despite the chaos, Anna summons Emma Scorpio Drake to handle the furry culprit, turning the moment into a light-hearted family anecdote that contrasts the episode's heavier themes. With Felicia settling in as a trusted confidant over tea, Anna opens up about her growing doubts regarding Vaughn, hypothesizing that his involvement in WSB affairs might mask ulterior motives, such as personal vendettas or espionage double-crosses that could ripple through Port Charles. Next, we're diving deep into the swirling drama surrounding Michael Corinthos and his romantic crossroads with Sasha Gilmore Corbin and Willow Tate. In the ever-twisting world of General Hospital, devoted viewers are buzzing with speculation about where Michael Corinthos' heart truly lies. Could it be reigniting an old flame with the resilient Sasha Gilmore Corbin, or mending the broken bonds with his ex-wife, Willow Tate? This debate has ignited passionate discussions across fan forums and social media as the storyline unfolds with high stakes and emotional depth. Imagine the Port Charles elite gathering at the Quartermain mansion for a tense family dinner, where unspoken glances between Michael and these two women add layers of intrigue. The question arises especially now, as Willow's ill-fated affair with Drew Kane hurtles toward an inevitable crash, forcing her to confront the wreckage she's created. Fans are theorizing that once Willow's blinders come off, she'll be left picking up the pieces of her shattered life, perhaps even turning back to Michael for solace and redemption. This potential shift could introduce fresh plot twists, like unexpected alliances or hidden secrets from their past resurfacing, enriching the narrative with more suspense. Willow Tate's world has been upended by her impulsive plunge into a romance with Drew Kane, a decision that has cost her dearly in ways she never anticipated. Picture her in a dimly lit hospital room, reflecting on the choices that led to this moment, abandoning her stable marriage for what she believed was true passion, only to face the harsh reality of betrayal. The custody battle over her children has been a gut-wrenching ordeal, stripping away the family unit she once cherished and leaving her isolated in her grief. Determined to reclaim her role as a mother, Willow is channeling her energy into legal strategies and personal growth, perhaps even seeking therapy sessions in Port Charles to process the trauma. As the layers of Drew's deceptive schemes peel back, revealing manipulations that involve corporate power plays and hidden agendas, Willow's unwavering trust in him will shatter like fragile glass. This exposure might come during a dramatic courtroom revelation or a clandestine meeting overheard by eavesdroppers, amplifying the scandal across town. In hindsight, she'll likely view her actions as a colossal error, one that dismantled the harmonious home she built with Michael, complete with cozy family traditions and shared dreams for the future. The regret Willow feels could propel her into a journey of atonement, where she actively works to rebuild what was lost, including her fractured relationship with Michael. Envision a heartfelt scene at the park where Willow, tears streaming, confesses her mistakes to Michael, begging for a second chance amid the autumn leaves swirling around them. This path to reconciliation wouldn't be straightforward. It might involve couples counseling, interventions from family members like Nina Reeves, or even rival suitors complicating the mix. Michael's initial resistance, born from deep-seated hurt, could gradually soften as memories of their happier times resurface, nights spent watching the stars or planning adventures with their kids. The storyline has the potential to explore themes of forgiveness and resilience, perhaps introducing new elements like a surprise letter from Willow's past that sheds light on her vulnerabilities. Ultimately, if Willow fights hard enough, she could pave the way for a renewed partnership, transforming their dynamic into something stronger and more mature than before. Shifting the spotlight, we can't overlook the stellar performance by Rory Gibson, who has breathed new life into Michael Corinthos with his nuanced portrayal and magnetic presence. Since stepping into the role, Gibson has masterfully captured Michael's evolution from a privileged heir to a man grappling with profound loss and anger, infusing every scene with authenticity. His ability to generate sparks with co-stars is nothing short of electric, creating on-screen magic that keeps audiences hooked. For instance, in recent episodes, Michael's interactions with Willow are laced with raw emotion, ferry over her betrayal mixed with lingering affection, perhaps evident in a subtle touch or a prolonged gaze during a heated argument at the Metro Court. This undercurrent suggests that despite the pain, their connection endures, hinting at possibilities for a dramatic reunion. Gibson's chemistry extends to other characters too, like subtle nods to his Corinthos family roots, adding depth to Michael's internal conflicts. Indeed, the chemistry between Michael and Willow remains a captivating force, even as tensions run high. Fans have noted how their shared history, from wedding vows exchanged in a sunlit chapel to the trials of parenthood, creates an unbreakable bond that simmers beneath the surface. Social media is ablaze with supporters campaigning for their comeback, sharing fan art and theories about how a post-Drew Willow could emerge wiser and ready for a fresh chapter. This reunion could serve as a reboot for Willow's character, allowing her to shed the naive optimism that led to her downfall and embrace a more empowered version of herself. Perhaps pursuing a career in nursing with renewed vigor or advocating for family rights in Port Charles. Inventive plot ideas floating around include a time jump where they co-parent successfully before romance reignites, or external threats like a new villain targeting the Corinthos clan that forces them to unite. On the flip side, there's a growing faction of viewers championing a revival of Michael and Sasha's romance, built on their recent heartfelt connections and shared vulnerabilities. Their bonding moments, especially those centered around caring for baby Daisy Gilmore, Sasha's bundle of joy who brings light to their darker days, have painted a picture of domestic bliss. Imagine Michael and Sasha sharing late-night feedings, laughing over Daisy's first smiles, or supporting each other through grief counseling sessions after their respective losses. This foundation could blossom into something profound, with new elements like a joint business venture in Port Charles or a romantic getaway to escape the town's chaos. Sasha's strength and Michael's protective nature complement each other perfectly, offering a storyline rich in healing and second chances, perhaps even incorporating flashbacks to their initial sparks during earlier GH arcs. Next, we're unraveling the chaotic whirlwind of events set to unfold in General Hospital from July 14 to 18, 2025, packed with emotional turmoil, sinister schemes, and escalating mob tensions. The upcoming week in Port Charles promises a roller coaster of drama as Willow Tate finds herself spiraling further into desperation, with her erratic behavior taking center stage. With Sasha Corbin making the heart-wrenching decision to pack her bags and flee town with little Daisy in tow, Willow is left grasping at straws. Deprived of her fixation on the child she's grown dangerously obsessed with. Picture Willow standing at the edge of the docks, staring out at the misty harbor with a mix of anguish and determination, plotting her next move as she learns devastating news. Could it be that her manipulative tactics to keep Daisy close have spectacularly backfired, stripping away her access entirely? Perhaps a court ruling or a secret pact comes to light during a tense confrontation at the local diner, where whispers of her instability fuel gossip among bystanders. Meanwhile, Michael Corinthos, ever the strategist, might be silently crafting a master plan to protect those he loves, potentially involving legal maneuvers or a surprising alliance with an unexpected family member like Carly Spencer. To counter Willow's unraveling schemes, Sasha Corbin's planned departure is not without its emotional farewells, as she seeks to bid a tender goodbye to Nina Reeves, who is fiercely resistant to letting her go. Imagine a poignant scene in Nina's sleek office at Crimson, where tears flow freely as the two women reminisce about shared struggles and dreams for Daisy's future. With Nina clutching a childhood memento as a keepsake, Nina's protective instincts kick in, perhaps urging Sasha to reconsider with promises of support or even offering to relocate with her to a quaint countryside retreat. However, the weight of Nina's own past decisions looms large, and by midweek, she's forced to confront the fallout of her hidden missteps. What buried secret could emerge? Perhaps a long-concealed deal with Drew Kane or a betrayal tied to her corporate maneuvers. This revelation might unfold at a public event, like a charity gala at the Metro Court, where hushed accusations ripple through the crowd, tarnishing Nina's carefully curated reputation. On the darker side of Port Charles, Drew Kane continues to weave his web of deceit, unveiling yet another nefarious plot that threatens to entangle Portia Robinson and Curtis Ashford in its venomous threads. Having already sabotaged Trina Robinson's budding romance with Kai Taylor through underhanded tactics from her, suggests he orchestrated a staged misunderstanding involving forged love letters. Drew's appetite for destruction seems insatiable. Envision him scheming in a shadowy backroom, plotting to undermine the Ashford family further, possibly by targeting their medical practice with false malpractice claims or planting evidence of financial fraud. His cold calculation might manifest during a covert meeting with a hired operative at a gritty warehouse on the outskirts of town, where whispered plans hint at devastating repercussions for Portia and Curtis's hard-earned stability. What further chaos will Drew unleash on this tight-knit clan, and will their resilience be enough to withstand his relentless vendetta? The week also marks a somber occasion with the funeral of Natalia Ramirez, though the guest list appears tragically sparse. Will anyone beyond Jen Sidwell and Marco Rios stand by her graveside in the quiet Port Charles Cemetery, under a gray sky heavy with unspoken grief? Lucas Jones, driven by loyalty, is likely to attend in support of his boyfriend, offering a comforting hand during whispered eulogies. However, whispers circulate that Sonny Corinthos' unexpected arrival could ignite explosive conflict, as old grudges bubble to the surface amidst the mourners. Picture a tense standoff near Natalia's headstone, with Sonny's steely gaze locking with Sidwell's, hinting at unresolved mob rivalries. Later, Sonny seizes a fleeting upper hand in his dangerous dance with Sidwell, perhaps through a strategic ambush at a clandestine meeting spot near the pier, but the victory feels precarious. When faced with a harrowing demand for sacrifice, will Sonny prioritize family over power, or risk everything for dominance? The choice might play out in a dimly lit safe house, where he wrestles with his conscience while gazing at a cherished photo of his children. Family friction heats up as Dante Falconeri and Lulu Spencer lock horns once more, their latest clash brimming with unresolved tension. Could Lulu's frustration stem from Dante's refusal to harbor resentment toward Brooklyn Quartermain, whose recent actions, perhaps a risky business deal or a misunderstood gesture, have stirred controversy? Imagine their argument erupting in the cozy confines of the Falconeri home, with Lulu pacing by the fireplace, her voice sharp with exasperation as Dante defends his stance with quiet resolve. This discord might deepen with interventions from friends like Maxie Jones, who attempts to mediate, or new revelations about Brooklyn's intentions uncovered through a misplaced email. Their dynamic promises raw emotional exchanges, shedding light on lingering wounds from past betrayals and the struggle to rebuild trust amidst personal chaos. Elsewhere, Jason Morgan braces himself for a grueling conversation he's long dreaded, setting the stage for a bombshell that rocks his world by week's end. Speculation swirls around whether this shock ties to the enigmatic Brit Westbourne, or could it be a cryptic message from beyond the grave, delivered through a mysterious package left at his doorstep. or a hidden connection unearthed by a late-night informant. Picture Jason in his Spartan apartment, poring over old photographs or coded notes, his stoic facade cracking as the implications sink in. This unexpected twist, perhaps involving a long-lost child or a secret mission Brit entrusted to him, could redefine Jason's path, intertwining with his ongoing loyalties to Sunny and the mob underworld, and adding layers of intrigue to his already burdened shoulders. The spy game intensifies for Jocelyn Jax, whose covert life as a super operative takes thrilling turns with a mission that demands quick thinking and daring action. Visualize Jocelyn infiltrating a high-stakes underground auction at a hidden venue, disguised in sleek black attire, as she dodges security to secure vital intel for the WSB. Her double life grows more perilous, with close calls like a near recognition by a suspicious henchman ramping up the suspense. Meanwhile, Anna Devane stumbles upon a startling discovery that could blow the lid off everything. Does she unearth evidence of Jocelyn's secret identity, perhaps through intercepted communications or a slip-up during a joint operation at the Port Charles police station? The tension builds as fans await the inevitable moment someone uncovers Jocelyn's covert role, a reveal that could explode during a dramatic confrontation in Anna's office, forever altering alliances and igniting new conflicts. Finally, the undercurrent of mob warfare surges, threatening to engulf Port Charles in chaos as rivalries flare and power plays unfold. Sunny's temporary triumph over Sidwell might unravel with betrayals from within his own ranks, Imogene, a trusted lieutenant, leaking plans during a late-night rendezvous at a dingy bar. Each character's personal battles intertwine with this larger threat, from Drew's machinations to Jocelyn's espionage, painting a town on the brink of eruption. Will alliances hold, or will sacrifices tear loved ones apart? Stay tuned to GH Spoilers Hub for daily updates on these gripping sagas, and drop your predictions in the comments. Will Sunny maintain control, or will Drew's schemes topple more lives? The week of July 14th to 18th, 2025, guarantees heart-pounding twists you won't want to miss.